Hey, and welcome finally to the video that's going to discuss what you're going to eat. That's kind of the biggest thing for a lot of people who are trying to diet. What am I going to have to eat? Is it going to take ages to prepare? And I've kind of got it down to very simple, quick and easy. Lunch is cooked within 10 minutes, evening meals prepared in 5. So let's get to it. So how many meals are you going to eat in a day, or how many times are you going to eat in a day? Well, at least 6, with maybe a little bit more in between if you're hungry, and that will be fruit, by the way, fruit or veg. You don't want to be snacking on anything else. I will discuss little treat things at the end because I have puddings after some meals, and it's nice to have. It's nice to have that. Right, so to start off with, let's discuss timings. First of all, you want to eat within the first hour of getting up. I recommend the first 15 minutes to half an hour getting up. And the reason is that that fuels your body, and if your body's not getting fuel, it ain't going to burn anything off. Doesn't matter how much you do. If you don't get your body fired up dead on, your body will stay in a hibernation mode, because when you sleep you're kind of hibernating, and unless you fire that up again, your body's just going to go, you know what, metabolism's doing nothing, we're just going to sit here like this, not going to do nothing, forget you. So breakfast is important. You'll hear it everywhere. Most important meal of the day. Why? Because it fires you up. That's what you need. So breakfast in the first hour, max. Your last meal should be at least a couple of hours before you go to bed, if not slightly more. So you can work out your day based on when you normally go to your bed. So if you're up at 8 in the morning and you're going to your bed at sort of 12, you can work out where you need to have your last meal about. So let's discuss the meals themselves. So breakfast, nice and easy. Cereal. You can have some toast if you want, but I'd recommend 50-50 bread or a wholemeal. Also, you want to keep it as healthy as possible. If you're using any butters, then it's the lowest fat spread you can get. Try and avoid anything with sugars in it. So I'm talking jams and stuff like that. Breakfast for me, because I want it to be easy and quick, is cereal. Sometimes porridge, but it's rare because again you've got to cook that up. So I stick to Frosties, Crunchy Nut Corn Flakes, All Bran, stuff like that. You know, just something that, fire it in the bowl, add some milk. Milk is the lowest fat milk I can get, which at the moment is 0.5% fat milk. And that's it, bang, you're done. Breakfast is out the window. If you aren't used to eating breakfast, then grab yourself a bit of fruit. Just something in your body to get your body going. I said, you're wasting your time unless you have that meal. So from there then, you would have a couple of hours later a snack. Snack is fruit. It's the simplest thing to do. You just lift it, peel it, bite it, whatever. Fruit. That's going to be your snack most of the time. A couple of hours after that, 12ish, somewhere in that region for me anyway, is lunch, or for me it's actually my main meal normally, because Monday to Friday I'm working from 2:30 through till 8:30, so it's easier to have my main meal at home. And that is very, very simply a plate with a meat and salad. I don't change that. I'm not fussed about, oh, do I want to have a macaroni that's healthy for you this day? Do I want to make up a cottage pie thing the next day? I can't be bothered with that. I'm lazy when it comes to cooking. I will cook if I've got time, but I can cook off a meat in 6 to 10 minutes and then throw in some salad down, which is it's pre-done for you. So basically it consists of me buying a steak, a chicken, a turkey, a pork, anything like that, cook it, strip all the fat off of it on the plate. Then I get the bags of the pre-made salads with lettuce, cabbage, carrots in it, packs of already cut up onions on the plate, a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salt, sometimes a vinegar, white wine, red wine, but only a small amount. Taste it up a bit, and that's my lunch made. I can literally make my lunch in no more than 15 minutes, and it's usually less than that because I'm very quick now because I've been doing it for months. But you want to make sure that you're having a meat of some kind at all times, because you want some protein and you want to have salad. Now you can eat as much salad or veg as you want, because it's good for you. So if you need to have a little bit of meat and a load of salad to fill you up just a little bit more, because you're maybe on the larger side trying to lose that weight, as you lose it, you'll need less of it. But you're better having more veg or salad than anything else. So lunch for me, out the way, done, gone. So next, couple of hours later, snack. And again, banana, apple, grapes. For me, apple and banana is the easiest, and I prefer the taste of them over a lot of other things. Grapes, sometimes like an in-between snack, I can just munch on them as and when I want something. So that's that snack out the way. Then you've got your main meal. Now, as I said, I'm normally at work at this time, so I have to prepare something, take it with me. What's the easiest thing to prepare? Well, I've already got my pre-packed salad. So some of that into a little Tupperware dish, some onion on top of it, and then a tin of tuna thrown in. Just dumped over the top, done. Fish is amazing, it tastes great, it's really good for you. So that's me having two good sources of protein from my meats and from my fish, and I'm having salad. Perfect. Then we move on and we get into our last snack, and again, you probably guessed by now it's going to be fruit. It's the simplest thing to eat and it's great for you. And I also go on about your 5 a day. So let me think about this for a minute. I've had fruit 3 times in the day, and I've had salad with my meals twice. So I've had at least my 5 a day, and if I've had any extra fruit in between, like bits of grapes, I'm adding to that. So perfect, we're meeting that as well. And that's it, that's my meals every day. So what to do when you're buying for cheapness, you get deals if you're buying 2 packs of meat. Check the use by dates. If you can buy 2 packs of meat and know that you're going to eat that within the use by, then buy them and eat them straight. You can freeze them. I'll be honest, I do not like freezing meat because it tends to dry them out when you defrost them and then cook them off. Just doesn't taste the same to me. I prefer my stuff fresh. So I will go out and I'll buy a steak. A pack of steak, which gives me maybe 4 medallions in it, and I'll have 1 a day, and it'll last me the 4 days. Now I have had people say, do you not get bored with that? Nah, not really, because I'm just eating food. Food's not there to be this or the other thing. Food's there to fuel you. It shouldn't matter if you shouldn't come into do you get bored with it. You're just eating to have fuel. So we'll talk about snacky stuff, not snacky stuff, treat stuff. Because as I said, I have desserts. I love desserts. I don't know anybody out there who doesn't. And kind of things I'm having at the moment is Muller Light yogurts. You can get the ones with the sprinklings of dark chocolate in them. They're amazing. So have them. The ones with the cherry base have a bit of sugar content, but you can have them. And I sometimes have 2 of them a day. I also have the Danone shape yogurts. You get like a chocolate hazelnut, chocolate smooth, caramel smooth. They are gorgeous. They are low fat. So I can see myself having a lunch some days when I'm really hungry, grabbing one of the Muller, one of them, and I'm done. And again, I would have maybe 2 to 4 yogurts in a day, because if you're eating low fat yogurt, it ain't going to put anything on your ass or hips at all. It's going to, because it's filled with lots of stuff that's really, really good for you. But always go for the really low fat stuff. You want anything that is under around 100 calories, so below that. You go a little bit over, but that's kind of a guideline, but you specifically want 3% fat or less. Fat-free, perfect. If you don't like Muller and all that, then just get your natural fat-free yogurts and throw some fruit into it. Or, sweet people take normal plain yogurt and throw some cinnamon in, which is great because cinnamon's like a spice, and spice helps get your body fired up and gets your heart pumping that a little bit. Anything else on food? I don't think so. I mean, that is my day. That is my food day, and I have days where I take a skive and I go out for a meal somewhere. I've been to a couple of Italian restaurants once a week for the last 2 weeks, and as you can see, I'm still losing weight with it. So just play smart. Don't go and have fatty foods every day. And I'll discuss how and when to take breaks from the diet and why it's beneficial, because to stick to the diet non-stop actually doesn't help. But I'll get into the details later on. It'll make sense when we go through it. So as I said, just to kind of summarise, at least 6 times a day eating, lots of fruit, lots of veg and meat. And if you have any questions on that, feel free to ask, and I will do a re-video of it where I answer any questions that you put to me if you want to try and lose some fat. And I will catch yous in a week. See you then.